Want to know how to inspire your husband to do more chores without begging or nagging or even asking him? Want him to volunteer with a smile and then look for more ways to help? Sounds like a fairy tale, right? Like I'm about to laugh and say, yeah, that's not going to happen. But this is my serious face. I'm serious because being stuck with all the cleaning, laundry, cooking, bill paying, shopping, childcare, that's exhausting and it's lonely, especially when everyone else is making the mess while you're the only one cleaning it. But what if you didn't have to be? What if you could trigger your husband's hero gene? So instead of jamming your head into the dryer, you could be married to the laundry hero and the housework hero and the dinner hero. You know, the guy that swoops in, gets it done and says, "My pleasure, ma'am." I didn't know that my husband even had a hero gene at first. And even if I had suspected, I definitely didn't know how to trigger it. So guess who did all the chores at my house? This girl. Talk about resentful. But then I learned the 6 intimacy skills. Everything changed. Now Don handles the bills, the taxes, the insurance. He does the dishes. He makes the bed. He makes my tea. He runs errands. He cleans the garage. He takes out the trash as soon as it's full with no nagging, no begging, no asking even. He just does it happily. So what changed from the bad old days? Well, here's a hint. It wasn't him. It was me. Stick around and I'll show you the 3 things I did to activate his hero switch and how you can too. Hey, I'm Laura Doyle and I was the perfect wife until I got married. Now I'm passionate about showing women how to make their marriages playful and passionate without their husband's conscious effort, even if it seems hopeless. Now, if you're new to the 6 intimacy skills or you haven't read or listened to The Empowered Wife yet, grab your free Adored Wife Roadmap at lauradoyle.org/roadmap. Now, feeling stuck with all the chores feels so lonely. It's overwhelming and it's also unfair. And I was resentful all the time because I felt like the kitchen elf and the bathroom elf and the laundry elf. And while being angry all the time didn't feel great, I didn't see another option. Sound familiar? I'd say, "John, this kitchen is a disaster," thinking he'd jump up and start scrubbing, but he never did. All he probably heard was, "John, blah, 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 blah," because complaining, it's like white noise. My husband couldn't hear anything when I complained. Or I'd demand, like, "I cooked, so you have to do the dishes." Or I'd beg or I'd cry and still nothing. He wouldn't do it. It was a big battle until one day I finally said, "I would love a clean kitchen." And he said, "Okay, I'll clean it." And he did. And get this, he's been cleaning it ever since. And that was decades ago. True story. But it sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not just me. Thousands of wives have fixed their marriages and gotten more help with the chores using the exact same proven formula. So here are the 3 steps to inspire your husband to help with the chores. The first one is to express desires, not complaints. And this is everything. It's part of relinquishing inappropriate control, which is one of the 6 intimacy skills. Now, what I didn't say was, "You never do the dishes," or "It's your turn to do the dishes," or "Why am I the only one who cares about our house?" What I did say was, "I would love a clean kitchen." That's it. Turns out he wanted to make me happy. He just didn't know how he could do that when I was complaining. He just didn't know how to do that when I was complaining. Number 2 is to receive graciously. When he did clean, I didn't inspect it. I didn't critique it. I didn't redo it or try to help him learn how to do the dishes the right way. Now, I'll be honest. If you came to my house, you might even see dishes in the sink. And you know what? That's better than living with constant resentment. But honestly, I mean, he's great at it now because the more I trusted, the better he got. So here's a hot tip. Experiment with being pleasable. Smile and just say thank you instead of finding fault with his help. And also, I admit, even though I wanted his help, I still felt a little guilty getting it at first, like it was somehow my job to do the dishes. But I pushed through that discomfort and that changed me. Now I feel more worthy of being so taken care of, way more than I used to. Number 3 is to express gratitude daily. And this one is huge. I made sure that he knew how happy it made me that he did the dishes and he cleaned the kitchen. And my happiness, that's his North Star. Now, I have a rule. Give 3 gratitudes a day to my husband, right? That's what I started out with. And at first, it felt weird to say, thank you for cleaning the kitchen. Thank you for putting gas in the car. Thank you for paying the bills. But now it's second nature. And actually, I give him way more than 3 a day because John's always doing so much for me. And the payoff is that this doesn't just work for dishes. It works for everything. I used to feel like I did it all. And now I feel like he does everything. I'm just the queen who lives here feeling well taken care of. If you love these tips, subscribe to the Empowered Wife podcast for more ideas and more inspiration. And don't forget, get your free Adored Wife Roadmap at lauradoyle.org/roadmap. And for more on how to make your marriage playful and passionate, check out this video.